Hey everyone, what's up? I'm Gnarly and today I've got another review with a very cool device sent to me from Enya Music. It's called the Cyber G guitar. Its tagline is New Era Backing Stringless Guitar. I'm not sure if guitar is quite the right word for it. It hasn't got any strings, obviously. It does play chords and it does have guitar sounds. Playing the chord shapes are not quite like playing a guitar. And it's got this keyboard down here as well as a switchable unit. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. It's actually very similar to the Lava guitar, which I reviewed a few months back, but quite different in a lot of ways. Both these devices are aimed at people who have no music background, kind of one of those devices you can just take out of the box and get playing with straight away. Also a really great app that I'm going to be doing a bit more of a deep dive into later. Let's take a look at it up close and I'll show you everything that you're going to get in the box, as well as a couple of extra features that I've got here. The carry case it comes in is pretty hard and sturdy, so opening it up it comes with some stickers. Who doesn't love some stickers? There's some stickers on the device with useful information, which you can peel off. I did find some of them left a bit of residue, which I'm sure you could get off quite easily with some rubbing alcohol. But you see here, there's a little bit of residue left from where I've peeled them off. This is the main fretboard section, silicone pads. You can clip this into the main body of the guitar, and then up the top here we've got the key switcher, so you can change the key of the track you're playing in. This is the main body, so we've got a large speaker section. This is the keys module. It's got an easy open hinge mechanism. I think it looks great in this purple colour. That's the part where you attach the fretboard. You can attach your guitar strap. There's a line out. It's got USB-C charging, a headphone port. There's the function button where you switch it on, volume controls, your mode switcher and your Bluetooth. It comes with a very nice strap with the Cyber G branding on it. Here's the main plug and the USB-C charging cable. It's great quality with a threaded cable. Here's the pick model module. Touch sensitive buttons, a really nice paddle for strumming. It's all plastic housing. As you can see, it slots in to the main body really easily. So on the Cyber G website, you've got your pick model and your keyboard model. There's a bit of a price difference between the two. There's a bunch of different colours available, as well as some special edition artist series. So this is the J Choo Choo microphone for the Cyber G in the bright pink colour. Connects here using Bluetooth. This is the headset, kind of like a Britney mic. This is great if you want a hands-free version. Again, this connects using Bluetooth. If you are buying these, just make sure you select the Cyber G option on the website, as the next G versions won't work with the Cyber G. So here I've got the UK plug, which came with the base charging station, along with this USB-C cable, which has a MagSafe clip off. Probably my favorite feature on this. It makes it really easy to charge and unplug. So here's the base charging station. Comes in the matching purple color, also plastic. You can store your Cyber G standing up and have it charging at the same time. You can thread through that USB-C cable really easily, and then it's got this nice little port for cable management. With this cable you can have that plugged in to the charger, and then this part into the main body, and it clips off really easily, so you can have it charging at any time. I did find connecting and disconnecting the fretboard section to be a little bit tricky, but I think that might just get easier with time. And the same with swapping out the modules was a little bit tricky while this was lying down. But with the guitar strap on, I found it much easier. So the case only seems to fit one of the modules. They don't both fit in the case. You kind of have to take one of them separately, which is a little annoying. I do wish they made enough space for both modules in the hard carry case. But the Cyber G does look great in the studio and doesn't take up much space. I struggled to put this strap on a few times because of how it's placed at the back. It's a little bit confusing, so I find it's better to put it on. I don't know. It's a little bit confusing which way it needs to go on, actually. I think maybe I've got it on the wrong way. Okay, that's better. So it does fit quite nicely. It's not too heavy actually, because it's plastic. Feels quite light, definitely lighter than a real guitar. Pretty small, pretty nice size to be honest. The board's not super long. Even kids can probably use this size because it's quite small, quite lightweight. I really like this purple colour. There's also a jack output here at the very bottom, so you can plug a line out there, as well as a separate mini jack here for headphones. We've got that USB slot here. It's got the little attachment in it at the moment, because it just kind of, it's like a little MagSafe that pops off, which is quite nice. Let's give it a go just playing it without the app to begin with, and I'll just use the speaker as well. So when you turn it on, you just press on this big button. Nice little noise when it turns on. This also doubles up as your volume control. It's got like a LED light here, so you can see exactly how loud it's gonna be. It does actually go pretty loud when I test it before. So that's max volume. We can turn that down a bit, definitely. There's a couple of buttons here. We've got a connecting button, which will allow you to connect your Bluetooth devices, which includes that microphone and that headset that I showed you earlier. We've got mode here, which is going to let you switch the mode between solo mode and sing/song and play mode. We've got up here, this is our key switcher. So I think the default key that it's going to come in is C, and then you can switch it. So if we play a C, then I can switch that, and it just goes chromatically. We've got our master choke down here. You do kind of have to make sure you hit it in the right place though. We've got our drum beat. And we can change the tempo of it, or super fast. And the fill. So yeah, you just have to make sure you hit the master choke button in exactly the right place. So it's kind of more up here. This tap button changes the tempo of everything, so it will change the tempo of the strumming as well. Down an octave. It changes colour on these strips. They're actually little LED lights, so it's going to tell you exactly which octave you're in, which is very useful. To be honest, it's a little bit awkward. This part of the body, I almost want to grab onto it when I'm playing, but it's quite comfortable. Like, it does sit like a normal guitar. I will say though that the plastic is a little bit hard, but the pads have got a nice quality to them. They're kind of a silicone material. So at the moment, if I play anything on the keys, it's not actually doing anything. That's because I need to turn this on separately. If we just press and hold that button, this will turn up and this lights up as well. And you've got your buttons down here, which will change the octave. It's a little bit awkward when I'm sitting down, actually, to be honest, to play it like this, because my arm's kind of coming up quite high. But if I sit down a little bit lower, playing all in major keys at the moment, I think we have to open up the app if we want to access major or minor. We can also swap out this keyboard. So this does slide out quite easily if I've got it on like this. When I was trying to do it while it was laying down, it was a little bit harder. It slots in really easily. And these are like not buttons that you press in, but just touch sensitive. So we've got a sustain button here as well. At the moment, if I just press it, it's only pressing when I play it, but if I press that sustain on, holds the note. I heard what it sounds like through the speaker, which is pretty decent. I'm going to try plugging it in with a jack cable into my audio interface so we can listen to how it sounds straight out of a DAW. It just goes straight in there. I'm going to plug this in now into my audio interface. Cool thing about this is you can actually use the two boards separately. So if you do go for the keyboard model, I've got this detached and it is switched on. I can play this in solo mode. But I can still also trigger my chords here. This paddle will change the sound of the solo mode if you're in solo mode, but if you change this mode into the guitar mode, it works like a strum. So I'm going to switch over to the Ableton recording now, and we're going to play these two together. I'm going to put this back into solo mode, so now this keyboard's going to work separately. Sustain as well. It'll sustain the notes here, so you have a little bit more room to play around. And we can also try this with the drum beat. Bit tricky to get the chord to play on time sometimes, and I think that's obviously going to be a practice issue, but I do kind of wish that they'd put like some kind of quantize on it so that when you trigger it, it will trigger on beat, because I feel like that would make it a lot easier to play. So in the Enya Music app, once you open it, you can select your Cyber G here. You have the option for their guitar range and their e-guitars and stuff as well, but it's super easy to connect your guitar here. So I'm going to hit connect, allow Bluetooth, and then here it just connects like that. In here we've got a ton of options for customization, which are not available just only on the guitar. So the app's actually really good, really easy to use. Bluetooth connection, super fast, doesn't feel very laggy at all. You can change the key, tempo, time signature, the sound or like tone of the instrument, as well as the finger picking, strumming patterns, and the drumming backing track as well. It's got a whole bit where you can like learn songs, play along to them. It will even show you the lyrics and stuff, so it's great for things like karaoke or just practicing tracks. And in the tool mode, you have like chord charts and stuff. Here we've got songs, so it's got a bunch of like well-known songs that you can play along to. So let's say like Hotel California. Loads up with the numbers, and you can actually play this without having the guitar connected. It will let you just tap along. It will come up with a bar at the bottom. But it says the number, and it also flashes up here on the guitar. So at the moment, it's in this mode, so you can change the mode so it triggers. And you see, like, if I don't know what's coming next, it's going to actually pause the track so that I can catch up and figure out what I'm playing next. So if I play the wrong note, you see it's not moving on in the app yet until I press the right one. And now we've got the lyrics coming up here as well, so you can sing along with it. If you want to go into the settings, you have tons of customization available as well. And you can make your own custom settings for it, which is cool. So there's like a huge list of different songs and stuff that you can play along to, like a lot of well-known songs as well. The fact that it's got the light up buttons, it's great for if you want to sing along or do any duets with your friends, having a fun karaoke night or something like that. You also have the option to go to the course tab. There's video tutorials. Personally, I prefer to kind of just try and figure things out myself and actually see how intuitive a device is without me having to get out a manual or look something up. And so far, this has been pretty intuitive. I've not really run into any problems. If you go into the Tools tab, chord charts here, where it will tell you chords for the guitar. You can also tap in different notes, so if you want to find a chord, and it's going to show you the chords. So that's more for if you're playing guitar, right? Got a click here for practice, and in here, chord dictionaries, so you can really look up all chords and learn them and stuff if you want to. Let's say we go into create mode, and in here I can create my own kind of set as well, so you can really go in and create your own backing tracks and stuff like that. Say you want to go back into just the home page, so we're going to click on home page up. You can just change whatever presets you want in here. I think it lets you set up 3 presets where you can really go in. It's got some default settings, I guess, which you can apply. You can do all your firmware updates from the app as well. In here you can change the playing mode, but you can also do that here using the mode button. You also have your chord pad settings here. If you want to change some of the chords here, you can actually select whatever chord you want, which is a crazy amount of customization. You can also just revert back to the basic chords. It also has advanced chords. Let's see what that does. On here you've got 3 pads actually available, so you can press the middle one, which is going to do the basic chord, or it gives you a variation on the chord either side. Change the solo instrument sounds. You've got everything from piano, flute, bass, guitar, to even synth sounds. The sustain on. Sustain is a little bit too much sometimes, I think. Like on this, you see it's blending everything and it gets a little bit too noisy. I definitely feel like I need to stand up for this to be comfortable to play if you really want to play keys properly on it. Just for your arm to be like in a neutral position, you kind of want to have it a little bit lower down. So it's fine when you're standing up. I mean, even like this, it's a little bit more comfortable to play. When we get into the lower notes, I think it's got like a subwoofer in there. It's really got some power behind that kind of bass tone. I think it's like vibrating the housing quite a lot. Pretty nice bass. Very growly. Ooh, we've got some slap. It's like an aftertouch. Like it's got some really good articulation. Like if I'm just pressing, it plays the note, but if I give it a bit of a staccato, wow, that's cool. I was fully prepared to say these sounds are going to sound very stock sounding, but I'm actually really impressed, especially with that articulation that you can get with the different expression. Very cool sounds. I'm very, very impressed. We can select the key here. You can do it from this little switch here, and it also changes it in the app as well. We can also change the BPM here. So if you want to just set it to 80 instead of trying to tap that out and you're not really getting it. You can change the rhythm and backing track. You could choose something else here. There's a bunch of different presets. I can also change this to say some different sounds. We've got e-guitar, guzheng, piano, guitar. On the guitar ones, we've got strumming, finger picking, and technique. We also have a bunch of different time signatures available. So this is the special Choo Choo edition microphone, and it does just connect via Bluetooth, so you can just turn it on here, pressing the connecting button, and it connects straight away, which is pretty crazy, and you can hear it through the guitar speaker. So if you're doing karaoke, you're just out and about, even if you're busking, I could see this being really good for that. The headset works in a really similar way as well, so we can just turn that on to connect it. You can have this hands-free, which again would be really good for busking or gigging. As you can hear, it comes through the speaker pretty loud. So if I turn that all the way up, you can hear it coming through this speaker. And there's not really any latency, so I'm pretty impressed considering it's connecting over like Bluetooth. I'm not really a singer, but I could see how it would be useful if you are. So this is very similar to the Lava Genie, which I reviewed a couple months ago. So while it's similar, it has a lot of different features. Obviously the two different modules that you can swap out, and then the wireless microphone and headset. The battery power and the speaker mean you can charge it up and take it anywhere, which is really cool. If you want to go busking with this, I could see the potential of it, especially with the microphone and stuff. Or if you want to do karaoke, duet with your friends, collab, maybe you just want to go to the park and play, you know, you can connect in your headphone as well here, which makes it really handy. The app and having the whole learning different songs and stuff makes it really cool. It's kind of like Guitar Hero style fun. Is it for a professional musician? To be honest, I came in a little bit skeptical. I thought I was going to say no, but it surprised me a lot. Like, the sounds are really good on it. I thought they were going to sound really stock, but they actually have some great sounds as well as a lot of choice and some really cool articulation that you can do with those sounds as well. The fact that you can do so much customization, especially with the backing track and stuff in the app, takes it to another level for sure. The cases where this is going to be really good is if you're a singer and maybe you just want to have something you can play along to, especially having this keys where you can play solo mode. It almost works like a bit of a guitar, right? So like you could play stuff in solo mode, play the chords here and sing along to it with the microphone. So especially good if you want to be able to play your backing track as a singer without having to rely on other musicians. I don't think it replaces an actual guitar. It's not really anything like playing a real guitar. Although I will say having the keyboard module is really cool, especially if you're a keys player like me. I think there's something like over 20 sounds at the moment, but there's potential for them to add more. I think Enya Music will do updates through the app quite regularly, so I think there's obviously potential for them for a new firmware update to add more sounds and stuff in there. The app is really great. It's really easy to use. I really love the color of this, actually. I think the purple is really nice. There's quite a few different different colours you can choose from. Would I recommend it? I think, yeah, if it's something that falls into one of these categories that I was talking about earlier, like you want to play something like a guitar, or you want to have backing tracks without relying on other musicians, maybe you're a singer, I think those are the cases where this kind of device is really going to excel, especially if you don't play any other instrument. And the app is really great for if you want to learn how to play things. So yeah, the Enya Cyber G. Super impressed by it. I think Enya have done a great job with this device. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you at the next one.